Ooga fucking Ooga cunts, and welcome back to CNN, the Cunt News Network. We bring you the news that everybody else has already brought you. We just read articles. We don't got much. I mean, what news do you want?
We investigative report.
We're investigative reporters who are bringing you shit that somebody else has already talked about.
Yes, we report on other articles. We investigate other people's work.
Not once have they brought me pictures of Spider-Man. I'd like to point that out.
You've never asked.
You're also
fuck you! I've never asked.
You're also not smoking a cigar with a Hitler stash. Screaming at some black guy.
I will take the goddamn beard off Brockus, and I will start smoking a cigar if that's what it takes to get pictures of Spider-Man on my fucking desk by tomorrow morning.
You know what? I like this lore so much. You could just stay the way you look. I just demand that everybody refer to you as JJ now.
I'm fine with that. Best character in comics.
I wouldn't go that far, but he's definitely up there and one of my favorite
superhero.
Spider-Man?
No. JJ.
J. Jonah Jameson was never a superhero. Wait, no, actually, he did wear a power suit once.
I don't give a fuck about his power suit. He's my hero.
Didn't he get the Venom symbiote once?
I don't think that was actually him. I think it was going after him, but then it got its son. God, that is actually an obscure fucking story. I don't remember.
I think he might have got hit by the Venom symbiote once. For one issue of one Spider-Man comic, like 15 years ago. Something, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Anyways, for those of you who are watching us right now, you can clearly tell that a certain fifth voice is actually with us tonight. Even though he is there in every goddamn stream, he never actually says anything. The reason for that? Because Schmeckle doesn't do anything on this show. It's always me. But Schmeckle decided he wanted to actually be here tonight, so I'm pretty sure he wanted to talk about something very, very specific.
I would like to talk to you about how sometimes children drown in Africa because of floods. And sometimes they do the opposite of drown because of droughts. And this is a terrible thing. You should give me money, which is a separate point. I won't share it with those children. But give me money.
I mean, he does have a point.
Everything I said was true. Those things do probably happen. Do they have floods in Africa?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like probably not.
Oh, they do. Like, a lot.
Oh, okay. Then good. I was accurate.
Yeah, every continent has floods, dude. What the fuck?
I feel like most of Africa is, like, not near the coast.
There is parts of Africa that are not near the coast. That is correct, Schmeckle.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Save those African children, but also send me money. And again, two separate points. I will not share that money.
That's actually true. All money that gets donated to the Streamlabs will be going straight to Schmeckle's I Need Beer funds.
Actually, to be fair, some of it will go to my I Need Pot fund.
Fair enough. 50 of it will go to I Need Beer fund. No, I'm sorry. 2/3 of it will go to the I Need Pot funds, and 1/3 of it will go to the I Need Beer funds.
There we go.
I like an honest beggar. I like a homeless dude with the sign that says, "Buy me a beer." You know?
I actually did buy a homeless guy a beer one time just because he had a sign similar to that.
Exactly. I like an honest beggar.
One time me and the missus, gave a beggar $50 and a pack of smokes. Because instead of begging as we walked by, he told us a joke. I can't remember what the fuck it was, but it was funny. And it was like, all right, then here, have
he
this.
He got himself a good joke. Was it a homeless joke?
No, it was something to do with women's panties.
What?
I can't remember what the joke was, but it definitely had to do with women's panties.
Sounds like a $50 joke to me.
But yeah, well, we're walking by, and instead of going, hey, can I have some change? He just tells us a fucking joke. And we took a couple fucking steps, and then I turned around, and I was like, wait a second, that was fucking funny.
Todd Howard Incognito says, Schmeckle's life, the greatest joke.
Yeah, that'll happen when you have kids. It's either a tragedy or a comedy or both.
And Facus says, do the children look like Brockus? Because if they do, I won't give anyone money.
We could. Not gonna lie.
The spitting image of Brockus.
I don't think
Lionel
anybody
Valentine
knows.
says, "Hey Schmeckle, why do black people have white hands and feet? Because there's some good in everybody."
Oh, man. That's harsh. But I like it. I laughed. Oh, and by the way, Schmeckle, I sent you a picture of Spider-Man in the CNN chat.
There we go. See, Rob knows his job. Rob, you're in charge from now on.
May want to look at the picture of Spider-Man before you put me in charge.
Rob, you're fired.
Oh, I thought that's what you wanted, man.
Hey, it does seem front page worthy.
Indeed it does.
Hey, Annie.
We got some good people in the chat tonight. Lionel's there, Annie's there,
Greystone's
Ray,
there.
Todd Howard Incognito, how you doing? Will, always good to see you. Tim P, Wren, what are you doing in the chat?
I talk in the chat too. I acknowledge them.
Jeez, and
Is that allowed? Are we allowed to do that?
Rob, do not pay attention to them.
Are we allowed to talk to the riffraff?
For fuck's sake, Rob, shut your goddamn mouth. Do not acknowledge them. Unless they give us money, then, give them
Let's
attention.
say howdy.
Joseph Kerwin says he's still catching up on the Sargon drama. Before we get into the stories, Brockus, can you give us a little summary of that?
Oh, that's right. Matt, Sunday stream was today.
Sunday. Yeah, that was today.
The majority of this story can be found on Kronos' channel along with the kill stream itself. If you don't want to watch all of the kill stream, just go and check out Kronos. He's actually been clipping the shit out of this. But basically, a decade-long fucking grudge between Jim and Sargon has been dug up yet again, drug up. Yet again, and the two of them are fucking going at it. Here's the problem, though. Sargon's
both boomer motherfuckers, and they're both just gonna embarrass themselves because it's weird that two 40-something-year-old guys are fighting like this.
Oh, Sargon's actually making a bigger fool of himself than anything else.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I don't think there's any doubt. I don't think before the fight started there was any doubt Sargon would be the bigger fool.
Well, not fair enough, yeah.
But I mean, both... these are fucking grown-ass men having not even an internet fight, like an internet slap fight.
Well, I do know that Jim has been streaming a lot lately, and that motherfucker is cleaning the fuck up with the super chats.
No, I popped into his stream earlier today, and within 5 minutes he'd made like over $200, and I was like, all right, I'm depressed. I'm not watching this no more.
I popped in for 2 minutes, saw him get a $1,000 donation.
Okay, well then I'm glad I didn't make it that far.
I probably would fucking kill myself at that point. Just be like,
I
oh,
wish
okay.
Brockus had made it that far.
Schmeckle, Brockus, just think of this. He has to give up 30% of that to Google.
I don't give a fuck. That's still $700 in his pocket.
Yeah, for just doing a stream talking about some drama.
And that's from one person. I mean, I can't count the number of $5 super chats, $10, $20 super chats.
No, and see that's what
Subscribe to us, rich people.
A bunch of small ones, but he had made like $200 within like 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I now understand why Sofang did what he did on Rope City.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Oh, there was fucking few months ago, Poisoning the Well actually was on a Gold City live stream, and they were just getting $100, $200, $300 fucking Streamlabs donation left and right by 4 different fans, pretty much doing a contest of who could actually donate the most money. And it was 4 different guys doing it, I don't know, 4 or 5 different fucking times, $100, triple digits each fucking time. And as soon as, like, I think it was the fourth guy jumped in with a $350 donation, Sofane just yelled, "Subscribe to us, rich person," or "Subscribe to us, rich people." I was just like, I yes, 100% agree.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I would love for fans to be
Why is
donation
everybody
battle.
who subscribes to the Snatchcast poor as fuck?
Yeah, why ain't you guys got money? Except for Joseph Kerwin. He's a good guy. He's always giving us money.
The dude will
Brockus,
take like
by
a
the way,
50 out and just start donating shit.
Speaking of Joseph Kerwin, he says, Streamlabs, can you do me a favor and check that my internet sucks and my brain hurts?
Yeah, sure.
The skunk.
You know, weirdly enough, when I tried logging on to Streamlabs last night, I don't know why, but it just would not let me. It kept saying it was a fucking error and shit. I think Streamlabs was like crashing or something.
Maybe you're just maybe just break every website you visit.
I could be. I could be. That one.
Pornhub goes down, I'm blaming you, Brockus.
It'll never go down. The only reason why it would go down is because a certain fucking hot celebrity's sex tape was uploaded, and everybody's just like, I gotta watch this.
Right, so
Yeah, that's happened.
You might have a particular opal-sounding motherfucker joining soon.
Joseph Kerwin for $3. I was an innocent boy groomed by Jim. # groomed me too. For those of you who are unaware, Sargon decided to point out that a lot of Jim's fans are just groomed little boys, essentially. Those are Sargon's words.
Yeah.
Groomed boys.
Apparently, people like Dick Masterson are groomed young men. Don't ask.
To be fair, Dick Masterson does kind of seem like maybe he was groomed a little bit.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, Dick Masterson. Well,
he's a pretty man. Not the grooming we're talking. Never mind.
I think you're only calling Dick Masterson pretty because
he looks like a short-haired me. Yes.
That's pretty gay.
That is pretty gay. And he does look like a short-haired you.
I know, right?
That's fucking weird.
Rob, are you saying you wouldn't fuck the shit out? Oh, you're a twin. Never mind. I won't ask that question.
Okay, I'll take that out. I'll go ahead and take that out.
So, Leaf, how you doing? Before we get to the news, we're talking about Jim versus Sargon versus Tonka versus Mundane Leaf.
Sargon agreed to actually fight Jim in real life in a ring.
Okay, I don't know what Jim looks like, but
I don't either.
I would love to see that fight.
I just picture Sargon doing like the old-timey fisticuffs.
Yeah, that's Sargon.
With his dukes up.
Hey, you got money. If you can fund my trip to, I don't know, London, that's where British people live, right? If you can fund my trip there, I will fight you. I weigh like 170 pounds soaking wet. I'm not as short as you, but not tall. I'll take you on. I'm willing to have a fight with anybody if it makes me money.
Fight Dick Masterson.
Dick Masterson, this is an official challenge.
Fight your
I will take you in the ring, and I will fuck you up, and then I'll fuck you. Then we'll smooch for a little bit. Then I guess like some cuddling.
Why'd you have to make it so gay?
Well, since he has shorter hair than you, you can shave your head and make yourself look exactly like him, and fuck with and get in his head.
Oh no! He's gonna have to try real hard and grow his hair real quick. The bitching witch says, "Fuck the fight, Jim versus Sargon rap battle." I'd love to see that too.
Yeah, I bet Rucka is gonna do something on this. Bet you anything.
Probably, although apparently Rucka does not how do I phrase this? Rucka's a little bitch boy who agrees with the whole Maddox suit.
Are you kidding?
No, that's a real thing.
Oh, Rucka. Rucka, no!
What are you doing?
That seems to be a common theme nowadays.
Yeah, that's an actual thing.
Agreeing with the medic suit.
No, just so no. It's Matt, no.
I know,
Rucka,
I know. It got turned into a meme, dude. What can you say? It got fucking meme. What are you gonna do?
I just wanted to go back to Vegeta no, Vegeta yes, or Shadman no, Shadman yes, because those were the only times we needed the insert name here. No.
I am Kansas since I don't like Sargon.
We should still be doing the Shadman no thing.
Well, yeah, you always got Shadman. Shadman always does something that you got to scream no for.
Apathetic Granter hit it on the head. Sargon before Jim. Violence doesn't solve anything. Sargon 2 hours after Jim destroys him. I want to fight Jim.
Violence doesn't solve anything unless it's a goddamn fucking 40-year-old boomer on the internet pissing me the hell off.
Well, and see, that's one thing. I mean, Sargon, I am willing to fight you, but I want you to know that it's not to win any argument. As far as I know, we've never argued. Yeah, you can't win an argument by beating the other guy up, or by getting beaten up by the other guy. I just want to fight you because I think it would make me money.
I too would like to throw my head into the Sargon fight IRL thing. And
yeah, you fighting him will make me money too.
Only because, well, yes, it could definitely make us money, but I have an ulterior motive. I will prove once again why America is superior to England. By beating the shit out of a limey fuck.
Well, for one, America is not the acid attack capital.
What I'm hearing is Leaf says she'll fight you too, Sargon.
I would probably win too, because Sargon's kind of a pussy. Not even
shit,
he
Sargon.
really is the pussy.
Hear that? Gauntlet thrown down, Sargon.
US gonna get beat by Opal. Leaf! Fuck!
Snopel. It's Snopel if you're gonna fuck her name up. At least fuck it up right.
Fakis has got this shit right. Brockus versus V, Schmeckel versus Sargon. He knows who the sidekicks are.
Should we team up Dick Masterson with Schmeckel? Put him on a 2v2 versus Sargon and Kevin Logan?
Oh, you know, if you cut Kevin's hair right, they would look similar, wouldn't they?
A little bit, yeah.
Is there any way we can hook Sargon up with the guy from Home Improvement?
They were kind of doppelgangers, kind of the polar opposites. You know, at least politically. Well,
I'm just thinking
like polar extreme.
Oh, unfortunately, Billy Mays is dead, but we can bring in Sargon and like the guy from Home Improvement, like the
Al Borland.
That's it, Al.
But
yeah, he is an Al Borland looking motherfucker.
He really is.
Brockus, we'll hook you up with Rob Dyke. Nobody else agrees with me, but I still think you look like that motherfucker. Leaf, we'll hook you up with a 10-year-old.
Oh, wait, what?
No, not for sex. You're just gonna fight on their team.
You don't. Okay.
I can see it. I can see the Rob Dyke. I'm looking at it now.
Wren, is there any way Igor would consent to getting in the ring with Mundane Matt on his side?
How much you willing to pay him?
Mundane Matt's probably not doing too well right now. I'm sure he's willing to give him like a quick blowy.
I think the only way you'd ever get Igor to agree to anything in a ring is a decent amount of money to do it.
What if I fight him and we do it naked in like Greece or Cello or something?
Not happening.
That for free?
Nope.
I thought that would work. I'm gonna ask him. I feel like Wren's just holding out on me.
Go ahead, dude. Ask on your own if you want to.
I'm gonna send him dick pics. He'll be Wait, it's kind of like looking into an eclipse. You're not supposed to do it, but never mind. Enough about my dick.
How about 6% a T-shirt that says "I bit slapped Mundane Matt" and 3 used comic books?
He doesn't like comic books.
He's a bad nerd.
Hentai.
It's a video
Hentai
game.
comic.
He likes video games.
Hentai comic books. Hentai comic books. How's that?
I'll give you a hint.
Graphic novels.
Cash.
Will Honorless in the chat says, "Fight me, Igor. I'm challenging everyone in here. Make an orderly line."
Yeah, the problem is we don't have that much cash, so we're gonna have to, barter something.
Brockus, do your goddamn job. Go into one of the articles, faggot.
Oh my god, you guys have been talking this whole fucking time.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to be in charge, Brockus.
Oh,
I left you in charge of that shit, didn't I?
Suddenly now I'm in charge. All right, you know what? Fine.
Shut the fuck up, Brockus. It's my time to speak.
Then shut the fuck up, Schmeckle,
Okay,
and let Brockus.
now you can go, Brockus.
Brockus walked right the fuck into that one.
All right, so before we actually move on to that, we got another stream list from Joseph Corbin for $2. Leaf versus David Shitrat. Leaf would win.
Joseph Kerwin says there's actually 2.
Oh, yeah, another $3 one. Whoever said violence isn't the answer wasn't asking the right question. All right, so we're going to go.
I would like to hear the first story. Sorry, go ahead, Brockus.
Jesus Christ, Schmeckle. This is not as fun as Schmeckle cutting out every other sentence and trying to get.
Yeah.
I told you, Discord don't work for me.
We should do this on Discord. Schmeckle either cuts out the beginning of what he's saying or the end of what he's saying. Either way, it's
either way. You get the best part of the sentence.
You don't get anything. You have no context whatsoever.
That's the best part.
We're going to go ahead and move on to one of our actual articles because our fucking show is all about the goddamn news. And we're going to start with one of Ishtar's story. Ishtar, what do you got first in the world? Science and weirdness.
Shut the fuck up for a moment. We have Antoine in the chat, and I'd like to ask once more, how's Gwen? Okay, go on.
Antoine, what's up, buddy?
Okay, I have NASA and underwater volcanoes, Devil Letter written by a nun, closest exoplanet that might be habitable, and boy miraculously survives being impaled with a meat skewer. Which would you like to hear?
On off this fucking world.
You want off this fucking world. So how about the closest exoplanet to Earth could be highly habitable?
Yes, gimme.
Just a cosmic hop, skip, and jump away, an Earth-sized planet orbits the closest star to our sun, Proxima Centauri. Ever since the discovery of the exoplanet, known as Proxima Centauri b, in 2016, people have wondered whether it could be capable of sustaining life. Now, using computer models similar to those used to study climate change on Earth, researchers have found that, under a wide range of conditions, Proxima Centauri b can sustain enormous areas of liquid water on its surface, potentially raising its prospects for harboring living organisms. The major message from our simulations is that there's a decent chance that the planet could be habitable, said Anthony Del Genio, a planetary scientist at the NASA Goddard Institute for Space Studies in New York City. Jesus Christ, that's a long name for a school. Del Genio is also the lead author of a paper describing the new research, which was published September 5th in the journal Astrobiology. Proxima Centauri is a small, cool, red dwarf star located just 4.2 light-years from the Sun. Despite its proximity, scientists still know very little about Proxima Centauri's planetary companion, besides that its mass is at least 1.3 times that of Earth, and that it goes around its parent star every 11 days. Therefore, Del Genio and his colleagues had to make some reasonable guesses about the exoplanet Proxima Centauri b, namely that it had an atmosphere and an ocean on its surface for their work to proceed. So basically what they just said is that they just made a whole bunch of guesses so they could keep getting funding.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Apparently.
Oh, it kind of seems like even if this planet can support life, it's not just far away from us like the planets in our solar system are. They're far enough away that any trip there would be in the hopes that your ancestors could carry on. It's
Your
the
descendants.
last ditch. Yes, descendants, not ancestors. It's like a last ditch attempt type thing.
Well,
Yeah,
at
until
this
we come
rate,
up with warp drives.
well, at the rate humanity's going, I'd rather take the chance.
Hashtag Space Force.
Yep. Proxima Centauri b orbits in its star's habitable zone, being just at the right distance to receive enough starlight to keep its surface above the freezing temperature of water. But this zone is extremely close to the star, Space.com, a life science sister site, reported. So it's likely that the planet has become tidally locked due to gravitational forces. This means that the same side of Proxima Centauri b always faces its parent star, much like how the moon always shows the same side of Earth. Previous simulations, published in a 2016 paper in the journal Astronomy and Astrophysics, modeled a hypothetical atmosphere on Proxima Centauri b and suggested that the star-facing hemisphere of the exoplanet might be baked under an intense glare, while the space-facing ocean would be frozen over. Therefore, only a circle of warm sea might exist on Proxima Centauri b, a scenario Del Genio's team calls Eyeball Earth. But the new simulations were much more comprehensive than prior ones. They also included dynamic circulating ocean, which was able to transfer heat from one side of the exoplanet to the other very effectively. And in the researchers' findings, the movement of the atmosphere and ocean combined so that even though the night side never sees any starlight, there's a band of liquid water that's sustained around the equatorial region, Del Genio told Life Science. He likened this to the heat circulation of our own planet's seaside climates. The U.S. East Coast is balmier than it would be otherwise, he said, because the Gulf Stream carries warm water up from the tropics. In California, the ocean currents bring cold water down from the north, and the West Coast is colder than it would otherwise be. The team ran 18 separate simulations in total, looking at the effects of continents, thin atmospheres, different atmospheric compositions, and even changes in the amount of salt in the global ocean, assuming that it has salt. In almost all of the models, Proxima Centauri b ended up having an open ocean that persisted over at least some part of its surface. The larger the fraction of the planet with liquid water, the better the odds that if there's life there, we can find evidence of that life with future telescopes, Del Genio said. Ravi Koparapu, a geoscientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, who was not involved in the study, agreed. I think it's exciting that some of these climate outcomes can be observed. I'm just going to call him Ravi because that's a ridiculous name to pronounce. Ravi told Live Science. Next generation facilities, such as the extremely large telescope currently under construction in Chile, might be able to witness heat coming off of Proxima Centauri b and differentiate its possible surface conditions, he added. So, who wants to take a trip?
I'll go on the fucking planet. Hey, you know what? It'll take enough time that I'll be very, very dead by the time I arrive there. But yeah, it sounds nice.
It would be interesting to go to a brand new planet and meet intelligent life and ask the question that everybody wants to ask. Can we fuck this?
Oh, no, Brockus. No matter what you're talking about, the answer is yes if you try hard enough.
We should take some space Muslims.
You ever seen a sexy tree, Brockus?
No.
If you answer no, I know you're lying.
I already answered no.
I'll send you a picture of a sexy tree, Brockus. You'll be very impressed.
Rob's gonna hook you up, and you're gonna go stick your dick in it. And do you know how many splinters you'll get?
That's terrible.
At least 12.
I am not about to become some Florida man story for you guys' amusement. Speaking of which, Rob, take it away with the Florida man story. We need a good laugh after wondering, can we fuck the intelligent life on this new planet?
Okay. Then if we want a good laugh, we definitely don't want that Florida man story. All right. How about let's kind of pull the fuck up. Load. God damn it. Cannabis dispensary worker uses bong to fight off bandits wielding bear spray.
That's one way of fighting off an intruder.
Yes. Okay. Security cameras in cannabis dispensary in Canada have captured the moment a man used a bong to fight off 3 would-be bandits wielding cans of bear spray. Of course, Canada. You can't even get a store robbery down right. Yeah, sorry, we don't
I'm
have guns.
sorry. Yeah, you're saying, oh, you can't even do a robbery right. This motherfucker beat off some guys with a fucking bomb. Beat
Yeah,
off
because
was
they
the
tried to
wrong
rob a store with
terminology.
fucking bear spray.
Well, yeah. Also,
I'm
don't
sorry.
rob stores with. I assume like bear spray means like mace or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't rob a store with. I mean, don't rob
God,
stores.
so
But if you're gonna do it, don't use
fucking
mace.
Fuck it up like that. CCTV footage showed 3 men with their heads covered enter the premises in Tendenega, Ontario, before one of the men sprayed a man and woman working behind the counter. The staff ducked before the man emerged clutching a bong that he used to fend off the men. Tendenega police appealed to the public to help identify the 4 males believed to be of Middle Eastern descent that attempted to rob the recreational cannabis farmers market. They were met with great resistance by the store clerk, and despite being sprayed with bear spray, the clerk, who was from Tendenega Mohawk territory, managed to successfully fight them off and force them from the store, they said in a Facebook post. The suspects then fled the scene westbound on Old Highway 2 in a white SUV. In late August, the same police department had also sought public assistance after an unknown suspect committed an armed robbery at the Medibles cannabis dispensary. And that is the article. Okay, rule number 1, if you like, it depends on how stoned you are, but yeah, if you want to take on 3 dudes, fucking grab a bong and use it as a weapon, by all means. Especially if it's 3 pussies who are trying to rob you with fucking bear spray.
I've been sitting here with my hand covering my face. Like, what is happening in this world?
Get your shit together, Canada.
Yeah, they apparently have some kind of shit together, just not the right stuff.
You can't even do crime right.
In regards to our previous story with the other planet, Joseph Kerwin for $3. Don't believe the NASA shield lizard. Proxima Centauri B is flat. So,
Prove it.
so we're really gonna start doing the flat Earth on other inhabitable planets shit. Okay.
No, it's not flat Earth. The correct theory is Tide Pod Earth. Everybody knows it's accurate.
I wonder how many. Let's send flat earthers to an obviously round planet and see how many generations it takes for their children to become flat earthers. Be like, look, we came here, we saw it out the window on our way here, and the kids are like, no, man, it's just what NASA wants you to think.
I don't know how to fucking respond to that.
Okay, what do we got next?
We're gonna go with one of Wren's stories. Wren, what do you have in the world of?
I think Brockus died a little. I think Brockus died.
I'm dead inside a lot.
Well, do you want to hear about how Justin Bieber's trying to become an American? Or
son of a fucking bitch! No, you're not allowed in.
I quit. I'm moving to a different country.
Oh.
This is from article from TMZ. America has
Leaf. You're young. You'll groove with this.
What?
Did you just say groove?
I did.
You said groove with this. Oh my god.
Michael, you're not that much older than I am.
I'm actually only 2 years older than you, but you sound so young.
Oh, Snopel.
Okay. Now continue with the fucking shit story as I just condemn silently the shit out of Boomer Schmeckle.
Hey, Brockus, why don't you check your DMs?
Shouldn't this be illegal?
Brockus, check it. It's nudes. She just sent me a DM. It says, "Yo, I just sent Brockus nudes." So you're gonna want to check your DMs.
Don't we have all trade deals with Canada on hold right now? Are we legally allowed to take Justin Bieber?
Apparently, according to the article, he has proof that he has a green card, which is one of the 5 steps. He has to pay $700 to file the forms.
Oh, well, where's he going to get $700? There's no way he can afford that.
He has to do a citizenship interview and prove he knows English. Appear at a oath ceremony and pledge allegiance to the U.S. and pass a background check by the FBI and fingerprinting.
He will fail that with his drug habits.
Didn't he go to jail before?
Yes. He's been arrested 3 times now.
Yeah, I'm just
Twice
saying.
for possession, once for violence.
Is there any chance one of you can please pull up the picture that I had such a long laugh at earlier today?
Anyways, Brockus, you can check your DMs.
That picture?
Yes, that one.
Ren, was that it for the story? I'm wondering.
That is it for the story. He is trying to become this is what Justin Bieber looks like
Oh
now.
my God.
We disavow.
Holy fuck, you got a pedo stash.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Bieber? What are you doing? This is not the way to fucking go about. No. Is this your impression of what an American is? You got an eagle tattoo on your fucking shoulder? God.
He made a conscious fucking decision to look like that. He has money. He doesn't. It's not like he can't afford a razor blade.
You are not
It's not like
McConaughey.
he can't afford a haircut. He chose to look like that.
Look like a homeless person.
Well,
Well, what's the hat you're even wearing? You're not even wearing like a name brand hat. You're just fucking wearing a hat, like a blank blue hat. What the fuck are you doing? He cut the sleeves off his t-shirt. Are you fucking poor? Are you a redneck now?
That's what he thinks Americans are. To be fair, that's also what I think Americans are.
to be fair, that actually is what some Americans look like. All right, so the Leaf here has sent me a story.
Was it nudes? Oh,
No.
you said a story. Shit.
Lionel
Sorry, it's an
Valentine
article.
says, "I love me some white trash tweak boy."
No, I sent Brockus an interesting article that was sent
Yeah.
over on
She-
Facebook.
She wants me to read this, and I want to kill whoever thinks this is true.
But Brockus, before you read it, do you believe in life after love?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm still presenting.
Gulags were compassionate educational institutions, says trans rights campaigners.
Wow. That's a statement.
Yeah.
That is one hot take right there.
Students at a leading London university have been condemned as blind to reality after defending the system of Soviet Gulag labor camps where thousands perished as compassionate places of rehabilitation.
Well, to be fair, I do feel like they put them down gently. It was gentle genocide.
Well, maybe. Trans rights campaigners. The most amazing thing is these are TRAs, TRCs, trans rights campaigners at Goldsmiths University describes the gulags as benign places where inmates received education, training, and enjoyed the opportunity to take part in clubs, sports, and theater groups. Fuck! He's feeding these people this information. What Russian spy is going? No.
This is how it actually happened. You are completely confused.
Okay, hold on. Take bottle of vodka and drink whole thing, and then I tell you what really happened.
Then I put chloroform on your mouth. You pass out for like 12 hours. No big deal, right? We wake up in the warehouse. I explain the whole thing to you. You understand.
You listen to Ivan. I tell you real story, okay? This is how Gulag was.
Trust me, I worked in Gulag for 2 years. I only killed 500-600.
Wow, Rob,
That's
you
it.
were terrible.
I am awful at the Russian accent. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. In fact, most historians agree they were a brutal network of labor camps used by Stalin's Soviet dictatorship to incarcerate internal opponents and so-called enemies of the state, resulting in the death of more than an estimated 1.05 million people. It's a lot of people.
That's a large
Yeah,
number.
that's a lot of people.
During a Blizzard exchange on Twitter, the LGBTQ group at Goldsmith Student Union described life in the gulags as rehabilitatory and educational. Uh, Paradoxically, the thread was written as an apparent justification for an earlier post by the same group which threatened to send a political opponent to the gulag.
Well, see, I enjoyed time in Gulag.
all those people
It was
didn't die.
peaceful. I was alone. I had lots of time to think, to work on my memoirs. Also, they never made me take shower, which I hear happened in Germany. So
He's okay. Gulag just like Holocaust. Nothing happened there. Just
No, those people didn't die. They got sent to a gulag on a farm where they have room to run and jump. And
I
play.
actually have a theory that runs contrary to most. I think the Holocaust caused the Jews. I don't think we had Jews before the Holocaust. I think Jews were made up by the people who did the Holocaust.
wow. I don't know where to go with that. I'm just going to leave that alone. The threat was made against Claire Graham, a student educational. A special education needs teacher, a special needs teacher, who wrote objecting to LGBTQ Goldsmith's threat to target feminist academics who they claimed were prejudiced against transgender individuals, so TERFs. Trans activists referred to these women by the derogatory term TERFs. Claiming they are guilty of hate crimes for their opposition to allowing men undergoing gender transition to use women's toilets and other female-only spaces. To their credit, there have been some stories coming out where men have taken advantage of that concept, mostly in sports, though. In its tweets, Goldsmith LGBTQ said, "The ideas of TERFs and anti-trans bigots literally kill and must be eradicated through re-education." Okay.
How is that spicy take?
There's two more paragraphs, and I don't even want to read it because then it follows up with fucking tweets.
Oh yeah,
More paragraphs. This
all
article
happened.
just keeps going. I'm not
Well,
going
hit
to
us with the tweets. Hit us with some of the
all
tweets.
happened over Twitter.
Oh God! Oh fucking
Here,
Christ!
Brockus, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send you a thread in your Twitter DMs. It has all the screen caps,
I don't want
all in a nice little tweet for you.
I don't want to do any of that. Why did you fucking already send it to me? You had this at the ready.
Yes.
Brockus, don't yell at the lady. That's not how you get laid.
Take your
I
medicine.
wasn't gonna get laid by her.
Take your medicine, Brockus.
Just occurring for $3. Gulag being shamed by bad translation is more like involuntary all expense vacation resort. That's really what is going on. You're all wrong. Okay, just accept this. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay.
They're not slaves. They're just unpaid employees.
There is no slaves here, okay? You have everything wrong.
There is no slavery in Russia. Do you see any black people?
No black people here. They can't survive the cold. It's too cold. Don't look in coal mine. Don't ever look there.
We would not hide our slaves in there. It's dusty. Oh, nobody likes it.
He's unsanitary. All right, hold on. I'm fucking getting this.
Every time Rob does a Russian accent, I miss Mark.
Mark is just as bad.
Probably worse.
Too bad.
You should both.
Although
on
he
your
has a
German.
beard, he's probably a little better at the Russian thing.
Practice your German. This would be better.
It's sad.
Also, Rob, I had an idea. You should grow a beard
Why?
and hair.
I have hair.
Why is someone thinking I have any kind of
My
DM?
hair is fine.
What?
Wait, is it Mark with the shaved head?
No, I mean I have short hair, but it's not shaved.
Okay, then grow real hair.
I have real hair. I'm not bald, or I'm not bald by any means.
I'm not calling you bald. I'm saying grow some goddamn hair.
And look
So-
like a woman, like you? Is that
Just
is that
got
what you
fucking
want?
damn it! I got the.
Really, Mark. I need
You want me
something
to
to look
look?
at from
You want me
behind.
to look?
But
You want me to
I
look
called you
prettier?
Mark. Shit.
Prettier for you?
Can we
I do.
continue with the story, please?
I need something to look at while you bent over.
Trickle, Brockus has the tweets up. Read the tweets, Brockus.
1
You
second.
keep
I'm being
confusing me for
daily.
Mark, man. I don't bend
Yeah,
over
I'm
for
not sure which of you I have a crush on.
you.
It's obviously Brockus. Come on.
Gay.
Brockus is more than a crush.
Here's a mini thread to clarify what a gulag is for those who only have heard it being used as a buzzword, and why sending a bigot to one is actually compassionate, nonviolent course of action.
No, it's totally non-violent until they're
And of course, if she's retweeting herself, I assume it's a she. Saying, no, we'll just arrange to send you to the gulag. Blushing face.
So first of all, the USSR no longer exists, therefore gulags no longer exist. May as well make a case against Orientalism, but USSR does not equal Russia. Russia is not governed by a communist party. Got that? Okay, good.
One second. Russia is not governed by a communist party anymore. That is true. And the USSR no longer exists. That does not mean that gulag is not a word with a meaning.
like for death.
If you make something that is a gulag that fits the definition of the word gulag, then a
It's fucking
gulag exists.
Yeah.
So gulags. First myth to debunk. You work until you die in gulags. Yeah, that's a real thing though, but you know, whatever. The Soviets did away with life sentences, and the longest sentence was 10 years. Capital punishment was reserved for the most heinous, serious crimes.
Capital punishment is the death penalty.
Yeah.
Working somebody until they die over the course of 10 years while you're feeding them nothing. It ain't technically capital punishment, but they still died in those camps.
Yeah, it's still cruel and unusual punishment. Why? The penal system was a rehabilitatory one and self-supporting, a far cry from the Western capitalist notion of prison. The aim was to correct and change the ways of criminals. If it couldn't be done in 10 years, it couldn't be done at all.
Well, that's contradictory. If the longest sentence was 10 years, that means you're letting out the ones that couldn't be fixed after 10 years.
No, they're
the aim was to correct and change the ways of criminals. That's exactly how Canada handles it. And Kawa Homolka, ladies and gentlemen. Lady who raped and killed.
If you like went against the state in any way, you were thrown into the gulag like that.
Oh no, I get how the actual gulags worked. She seems to be Brockus. Stop looking at World of Warcraft.
Shut up.
She seems to be making it seem like it was just a nice little stay in prison, and after 10 years, you were just left free.
Much like the wider Soviet society, everyone was able to work, did so at a wage proportionate to those who weren't incarcerated, and as they gained skills, were able to move up the ranks and work under less supervision.
Yeah, working up the ranks in a concentration camp, a great movement.
You basically just become like a house nigga.
Yeah, you went from field nigga to house nigga. Exactly that.
Educational work was also a prominent feature of the Soviet penal system. There were regular classes, book clubs, newspaper, editorial teams, sports, theater and performance groups. Yeah, in everyone's head.
Oh, I'm gonna rape you every night of the week. I'm gonna lock you in my basement, chain you up, and rape you. But I'm gonna let you have a book club.
Are we
cool?
No, we're not cool. I'm moving into Tonka's cellar. I don't care what anyone says.
How about a theater club?
I'm gonna move into Tonka's cellar. Because at least there they have leaky pipes and a very sad
I'm gonna give Tonka money to have anal sex with you.
That's a terrible idea. I'm gonna go live with Scrub and
no matter where you live, you're getting it up the bum, Brockus.
I'm just gonna go live with Adonis Parkinson's and Scrub. I don't know what his P.
I don't know who those are.
It's AP's new name. He goes by Adonis, whatever P name.
Yeah, I'm gonna message him right now. Yo, AP, if Brockus moves in with you, please abuse his bumhole. And
he probably will. There's a good chance he will. There's so much more to add, but the reality is none of you actually care to learn about gulags. You don't care about what fascism actually is and how it fueled by anti-communist, orientalist myths and lies propagated by the CIA. That was a very retarded way of putting fascism is bad and you clearly don't understand it. No, we do. We know what it is. Long story short, friends, the idea of TERFs and anti-trans bigots literally kill and must be eradicated through re-education. Science must be decolonized. Oh, for fuck's sake, this again.
No, what we need to do is we need to take science and scratch it away.
Science must be decolonized and de-essentialized in order for this to happen. Oh, yeah, you don't like science? How's the fucking computer you're using to type this shit out, you dumb bitch?
That isn't actually science. Computers and magic. Wizards did it.
Fucking cunt. I will stab you.
How can you explain the fact, Brockus, that you can hit a button and it makes me see you? Are you saying that's not magic?
That's not magic. That's technology. That is science.
Oh. I should stop saying bad things about science. I'm gonna really have to apologize to Stephen Hawking's wife.
God, I swear to fucking Christ! If you
widow. Sorry.
What
Widow.
the fuck?
Widow. Stephen Hawking's widow.
You're a terrible person, bro.
Yeah, you're a bad guy, Brockus.
All right, I'm gonna go check the Streamlabs because I'm sure Joseph Kerwin has something to say.
Yeah, you check that, you piece of shit, and you be ashamed of what you just said.
Joseph Kerwin for $2. Cannot be slaves if they arms filthy Tartar dogs who are fortunate we let leave. I mean, yeah.
Brockus?
Well, what?
Does your shoulder work yet?
I told you, my shoulder actually has been healing just fine. It's still very stiff in specific areas when I lift my arm, but I can actually lift my arm above my head now.
Can you lift all that gigantic cock, or are you still unable to masturbate?
I'm not going to masturbate for a long time. It's because I just don't fucking want to.
Leaf, send him those nudes that I sent you earlier.
Fellas,
why
far be it from me to be the voice of reason.
Ishtar, can you masturbate?
It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that backfired on her.
3 articles.
Ishtar wants to get back on the articles.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That is why we're here. Brockus, do your goddamn job.
Shut the fuck up and let me do my job, you dumb shit. Ishtar, what do you have for us in the world of science?
So, I'm thinking that a boy miraculously survives being impaled through the head with a meat skewer. Sounds interesting.
That does sound interesting and dumb at the same time.
Well, I'm glad I can provide. A boy in Missouri who had a meat skewer pierce his face and get stuck in his head miraculously survived the injury, according to news reports. The boy, 10-year-old Xavier Cunningham, was playing in a treehouse when wasps attacked him, causing him to fall off the treehouse ladder and onto a rotisserie skewer that he and his friends had placed in the ground, according to local news outlet KCTV.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. The boy was taken to the hospital, where doctors spent hours preparing for a delicate surgery to remove the skewer. Scans of the boy's head showed that the skewer had pierced his face and passed just underneath the skull, going all the way to the back of his neck, said Dr. Koji Ebersol, director of endovascular neurology at the University of Kansas Health System, where Xavier was treated. The skewer just missed hitting critical blood vessels, including the carotid artery and the vertebral artery. If this was a millimeter closer to those vessels, it probably would have been an unsurvivable injury, Ebersol said in a video about the case. Excuse me. The skewer also missed other critical structures, including his brain, brain stem, and major nerves. Ebersol called the skewer's trajectory 1 in a million. How this thing could pass so deep through that part of the body and not hit something critical? I don't know how that kid could be so lucky, Ebersol said. With careful surgery, doctors were able to remove the skewer. Just one day after the surgery, Xavier was playing Xbox games in his hospital bed and just needed a Band-Aid on his face. Buy that kid a lottery ticket.
Yeah, buy him a lottery ticket, but no matter what, unless he gets plastic surgery, he's gonna be ugly for a long time. Yeah, he got a fucking large puncture wound to the face.
Is he unlucky?
Exactly. Can he afford the plastic surgery, or is this gonna be something he dislikes his whole life?
What it looks like is it went almost like like they used to do lobotomies, where it used to go through the eye.
That's worse. What the fuck?
The X-ray looks almost like that's what happened, but instead of going up to lobotomize him, it went down.
So basically, this kid's not really gonna have a scar.
Kid's not gonna have a scar.
It went through his fucking eye.
No, not necessarily.
No, I mean he might not have a. Yeah, I mean, I guess it went through like the orbital ridge or whatever it's called, but
yeah, it went through the cavity where your eye sits.
But Jesus fucking Christ.
Will says don't buy him a ticket. That was all his luck used up.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have a chance. That's all he gets. Next time he doesn't look both ways, he's getting hit by a truck. His luck is gone.
He's so traumatized he's not going to cross anything, even his parents when they tell him to take out the trash.
Take out the garbage, okay, but he doesn't have anything sharp, right?
Oh, his parents are they're gonna burn that treehouse down.
Well, yeah, no, at that point you do burn the treehouse down. Your kid misused it. He deserves to be punished. Little cunt. I'm not glad he's not dead.
So you're not glad that he's alive?
Yes.
That's not very nice, Schmeckle.
Well, I mean, I'm not... Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be happy if he was dead. Just, I'm not particularly happy that he's not.
There's no way you can make this sound any better, Schmeckle, so just stop.
I'm not even trying. I hate the little cunt.
I think we can tell.
Yeah.
So who's next, Brockus?
Before we get to that, Leaf actually tweeted out, Schmeckle just said to Brockus Fury that he was going to pay Tonka Saw to have anal sex with him. Tonka liked that tweet, so Tonka offer Brockus.
I was about to say, oh, look at that. Leaf's taking something that Schmeckle said, and it's out of context, or it's wrong. How does it feel, Schmeckle? That's how I was going to do that, but then it took an interesting turn, and I'm just, fuck it. No, whatever. Weird shit's happening.
It's on now, Brockus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Brockus is down. Confirmation. This is going to happen.
I'm just saying. I've seen.
We should make it a twofer when Jim fights Sargon. You and Tonka could be the pre-show. Just blow each other in the ring.
No, I don't think anybody would actually pay money to see that. Just saying.
I bet we could get people to pay money to see that. I'd pay money to see it. Fuck it, why not? Okay.
Right, so we're gonna go. But what we're gonna go ahead and do now is pass it over to Wren, because I feel like hearing some stupid SJW cringe
Actually, Brockus, we've just rolled up on 12 a.m. And part of the new format is that 12 a.m. you do a truffle shuffle. So,
No, that's not a thing.
Brockus,
It's in your contract.
Leaf, do your sad begging Brockus voice.
It hasn't worked ever.
It's worked like 3 times, Brockus.
No, it hasn't actually.
Well, then Leaf, Ishtar, and Wren, and Rob. Fuck it. All you do your sad begging to see Brockus' titties.
And it's not going to work.
I don't want to see Brockus do a truffle shuffle. I want to talk about the news.
Fuck you, Ishtar! I'm sorry, that was heated.
A little.
That was the rage talking.
Wren.
That was the incel rage talking.
Wren, give us some cringe. I know you got it. I know
Wren,
you got stuff.
I will not love you anymore if you don't say, hey, Brockus, I'll give you some cringe if you show us your titties.
Is your love really worth that?
Oh, trust me, Brockus' titties are great.
They are not.
But don't you want to hear about the vampire facials that cause customers to be exposed to HIV?
Wait,
Yes,
what?
Let's talk about those.
Yeah, no, actually, I heard about the vampire facials. I didn't know HIV played into it.
The New Mexico Department of Health is recommending that customers who have been to one particular spa in Albuquerque get tested for HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C.
Wait, I fucking live in Albuquerque. How the fuck did I not hear about this?
Have you had a vampire facial?
No.
That's probably why.
Anyone who received a type of injections related to a service including a so-called vampire facial at VIP Spa in Albuquerque should get tested as soon as possible, especially if they got this procedure in May or June, says the health department. Basically, okay. Yes?
Explain what a vampire facial is to us retards.
A vampire facial is a non-surgical facial where a patient's blood is drawn and then components of the blood are injected back into the face using microneedles.
What the fuck does it do?
It's supposed to make you look younger.
Sounds like a blood sacrifice to me.
Yeah, no, that sounds like blood magic, and there's a reason why you obviously shouldn't do any of that.
Yeah. AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
Well, other than
wizards, all blood wizards have AIDS.
I don't think that's right.
Oh, that you can check the stats on that, Brockus.
Yeah, and this got found out because on September 7th, officials identified practices that could potentially spread the bloodborne infections in how they were doing the quote-unquote vampire facial.
Lovely. Way to go, Albuquerque. Good job.
Great. You guys
you're a good fucking city, state. Fuck is Albuquerque?
No, Albuquerque isn't a state.
I don't know all your state. I know like 40 of your states. The rest are a mystery to me.
Between which, what it most likely looks like is they didn't pass a health and safety check, which means how they get the plasma out of your blood. That machine possibly was not cleaned as well as it should have been, which means if one person, say, had a certain disease and got a facial there, and they didn't sterilize the equipment, then a person who didn't have it, their blood goes in there, it gets in their plasma, and voila. Vanity gets you a disease.
Congratulations! Trying to make yourself look younger and or prettier caused you to die faster.
I just like who how does fucking sucking your blood out and fucking injecting parts of it back in your face make you look younger? I don't understand how somebody would even think.
There was actually an explanation for all of that. They put the blood in some sort of fucking machine.
To get the plasma out.
I don't fucking know. I don't care enough. Someone asked in chat how someone can get HIV if they're injecting your own blood back into you. It's because they didn't wash the needles.
Or the needles or any of it. Basically, It does not state that even the place that was closed down tried claiming family emergency, so they didn't even say what really happened. But
there were steps that should have been taken that were not.
they were not.
Apparently, I don't know why anybody would want to. This can actually be done safely without any problems. I don't know why anyone would want to, but...
Do you have a confession?
I've never done this. I would never think to do this. I don't know why you would do this. It's only popular because the Kardashians do it.
Strangely enough, I have this weird thought in my head where drunkenly Ishtar would actually be like, wait, didn't I hear something about how blood would make your skin feel really good? And then somebody just gets way too excited and are also drunk and just, I don't know, pricks their finger and just starts putting fucking blood all over their face and shit. I want to look pretty. And Ishtar is just looking at them like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, I only say that because I'm curious as to who the fuck this person would be. You don't have to answer that right now, Ishtar. You can tell us off air. I want to know who's the dumbass. But while you consider who the dumbass is, Rob, go ahead and give us another Florida man story.
Okay, how about not exactly from Florida, but Oregon man on meth bites off cops while masturbating in bar.
What? Wait.
What?
What?
On to that one.
Yep. Give us.
Yeah.
Tell us.
All my stories have a nice little twist on them, especially naked man. You can't just be naked. That's not the only criteria. Got to be doing something fucking crazy while you're naked in a public place while fighting police. That's authorities. Oh no, that's a fucking article. An Oregon man high on methamphetamine told police he had no recollection of the events that led to 15 officers arresting him for masturbating at a bar. Andrew Frey, 37, told officers with the Marion County Sheriff's Office he took the drug on Saturday and proceeded to have quite the weekend. Authorities were able to track it to Sunday afternoon, where Frey, after refusing to pay a locksmith he called to his home, went to a local shopping center where an employee escorted him off the property. Frey then went to Iggy's Bar and Grill, took a seat, then exposed himself to a bartender. He then allegedly started to pleasure himself.
Okay.
Police were called to the scene, and Frey moved to the bathroom where he continued to touch himself. A deputy officer attempted to arrest him a few times and even used a taser multiple times, but it had no effect on Frey, police said.
This dude is determined to finish.
Yeah, dude, when you got a FAP, you just, all these interruptions are just, they're just flies buzzing around your head. You have that singular focus.
Speaking of flies buzzing around your head.
What, like a taser?
I recently heard a story. I'm hoping you might have also heard it because I can't remember where the fuck I heard it. There was recently a homeless lady found living long term in a dumpster, with a whole little setup in there. Did you hear anything about that?
No.
Did he have Wi-Fi?
I actually don't know if she was near like a Starbucks or something. Probably.
Nice.
But no, she had like a little bed set up. She had some type of insulation to keep the shit warm. She had a full fucking dumpster house.
Sweet. Sounds like a choice place.
I mean,
it's right downtown.
If I was gonna be homeless, I'd probably choose like the woods or something. But a nice little dumpster.
You can't beat the location. Right downtown, 5 minutes from everywhere.
No, she probably walked to work.
Yeah.
She didn't have a job. She was homeless.
Some homeless people have jobs.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That was a really depressing statement.
Well, I think it's probably a better statement than a homeless person without a job.
Well, no, those people have just given up. Well, what you said is there are people honestly trying. They were just like, no, I'm out on the
Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, no, that's sad. Fuck the ones who just gave up, but the ones trying who are homeless. That's a sad thought.
All right. So after Frey got tased, the deputy then got into a fight with the suspect and tried to radio for help, but it didn't work inside the restaurant. Dispatcher tried to radio the deputy for an update, realized communications were not going through. The dispatcher then radioed for backup, and 15 officers descended onto the bar and finally arrested him. Police noted it took several officers to finally get Frey under control. Frey said he took the drugs Saturday and did not remember anything that happened since. He was treated at a local hospital and then transported to county jail on charges of public indecency, resisting arrest, and theft of services. An employee at the bar declined to comment on the incident Tuesday night.
As I've always pointed out, as I try to point out frequently, if you do drugs and can't remember multiple days, you don't know how to handle your drugs. Don't do drugs. If you can take drugs and like the next day you're good, then fine, do drugs.
I have a question in chat. Will is asking if the guy finished before he was arrested.
It does not say. I like to think he did.
You know damn well he finished.
Right on the cop who tased him.
Yeah, he came while being tased. The fucking electrodes hit him, and that was when he squirted.
It's the final push he needed. Oh yeah, that's the good juice, baby.
Those fucking vibrations.
Yeah, 10,000 volts of pure sex.
10,000 volts of ecstasy. Nirvana. Pure pleasure. Unfortunately, he was not so fertile, so it was only a very small load he shot on the cop.
He was all fapped out.
Jeans. You know damn well if he was that high for 2 days, he'd emptied his dick.
Just had nothing left.
Speaking of emptying your dick, Brockus, you masturbate yet?
Oh, fucking stop bringing that up!
You go have a coffee break?
You want some coffee, Brockus?
No. Well, actually, no.
I think Rob might be able to get you a mocha.
Oh, that got real sexy real fast. She's got some giant titties, so I might have to take him up on that offer.
Yeah,
I will not say anything about the rest of her appearance.
I can put in a rape recommendation for you, definitely.
Okay, well, on that note, Ishtar, why don't you go ahead and give us another story? Hey,
Brockus will be right back. As you tell this story, he's going to go grab a coffee.
Worski coffee break.
Which would you like, Brockus? Underwater volcanoes or a devil letter?
Volcano!
Devil letter! I actually heard that one earlier, and
devil
I got
letter.
really interested.
Devil letter it is. Devil letter written by nun possessed by Satan more than 300 years ago has finally been translated.
It was written by a nun. Okay, fine. Fair enough.
Cool.
It's always nuns who do devil shit. They're the only ones who believe in him.
Over 300 years ago, at the convent of Palma de Montechiaro in Sicily, a nun named Sister Maria Crocifissa della Concezione, we're going to call her Sister Maria from here on out, claims to have been possessed by the devil. According to the story, Sister Maria woke up one morning in 1676, covered in ink, having spent the night writing letters. Maria, who had been at the convent since she was 15, is believed to have been screaming and fainting while writing the notes, which she said the devil dictated to her. She claimed the possession was part of Lucifer's plan to turn her against God and convince her to serve evil. The writing featured a bizarre mix of letters from archaic alphabets, and no one was able to decipher the messages. Today, one of the mysterious texts is still intact, and thanks to researchers from the Ludum Science Center in Italy, part of it has finally been decoded. The breakthrough is thanks to a piece of software discovered on the dark web. We heard about the software, which we believe is used by intelligence services for code breaking. Danielle Abate, director of the center, told The Times. We primed the software with ancient Greek, Arabic, the runic alphabet, and Latin to descramble some of the letter and show that it really is devilish. The letter is said to describe God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit as deadweights and states, God thinks he can free mortals, but the system works for no one. It even goes so far as to claim that God was invented by man. There is also a reference made within the writing to the river Styx, which in Greek mythology is said to separate the realm of the living from the underworld. It says, perhaps now Styx is certain. Despite the findings, Danielle doesn't believe Sister Maria was ever possessed by the devil. Instead, she may have suffered from a condition like schizophrenia. He explained, I personally believe that the nun had a good command of languages, which allowed her to invent the code, and may have suffered from a condition like schizophrenia, which made her imagine dialogues with the devil. And that's the end of the article.
Schizophrenic nun. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sometimes. And sometimes I wonder what. That's usually my thought process.
Yeah, basically.
Why didn't they burn her? They should have burned her.
That's a very good question. I don't think I have a.
You know, if I was in charge back then, burn. Just burn the fuck up. You don't come to me claiming you're a nun possessed by the devil without getting burned.
More power to her, I guess.
I'm kidding.
Makes me wonder exactly how much flack she caught from the other women in her convent. You know, was she given an exorcism? Was she just blessed? You know, what was it?
She was flayed to death.
Flaying! Didn't think of that. I was going with burning. But thank you, Schmeckel. You opened my mind up to new possibilities for dealing with these devil-possessed witches.
Burning and flaying would only happen if that she said that she signed a contract with the devil and refused to confess. If she confessed and said she was possessed, it would have been an exorcism and a blessing.
No, I don't know. The whole Salem thing kind of says otherwise. There was a whole lot of, hey, you did this, prove otherwise.
Yeah, that's the confession part.
Oh, yeah, and that's what I mean. It was, hey, confess to this thing you didn't do, and then we'll kill you. Or don't confess to it, and we'll kill you.
And when it came to the whole town of Salem thing, there was also a lot of politics and grabbing of land and other such thing.
And none in
yeah, I heard something about that. A lot of the Salem witch trials were based on money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the details of it, but
Damn that Johnson! How dare he have more land than me? You know, if you accuse him of being a witch, you could definitely...
No, it was never him. It was never him. All of them were women. Witches were only women in Salem.
Oh, right. Even though there's plenty of evidence that says that men were actually accused of witchcraft as well and actually burned at the stake and all kinds of other crazy shit. But the majority of the people that were killed in the Salem witch trials were actually women. Still, it was only women. Women were the only ones that suffered through that.
Oh,
the men surely did something to deserve it.
It's the way the history works. It's not a purposeful keeping the men out of it type thing, right? It's just you think witch, you think woman, right?
Well, yeah.
There were male witches that did perish within the Salem witch trials.
No, I know that. They did the common conception though. It was all women. The witches. It's been brought up by certain feminist circles as a women's issue, but There were men, but I can't blame history for not speaking so much about the men because it was vastly women. And when you think witch, you do think woman.
That's because
Jewish
warlock
woman.
and or wizard are usually the words associated with men.
No, yeah, but I mean, think of the Salem witch trials. You think women, right?
Yeah, just the name conjures up an image of women.
Yeah, you're thinking a bunch of women burning. I say that word, and you think women tied to a stake. I do feel like it probably was worse on the women than it was on the men back then. But I mean, if I was from some population where I thought witches were real, I'd want those witches dead too.
How very tolerant of you, Schmeckle.
I'm sorry if some motherfucker might be living next door to me who can cast a fucking curse and turn me into a fucking toad or some shit. I want that motherfucker dead.
Or you could just, I don't know, try to get along with your neighbor.
Yeah, maybe I could just
Here,
live
run!
life as a toad.
Hey, Schmeckle. Voodoo on you, Schmeckle.
Voodoo on you!
Voodoo on you,
you.
Schmeckle.
Also, anyone who does voodoo. Fuck those guys.
Voodoo on you.
I mean, obviously, we live in, like, the real modern world, so magic ain't a real thing. But if I was from some population where I thought it was a real thing, fuck witches, fuck voodoo, fuck anybody who does that mystical shit.
Alright, well, aside from me wanting to fucking murder my neighbors because they can't keep their fucking dog in check!
Brockus, I told you like 6 months ago, put those fucking dogs down.
I would love to, except I don't want to go to jail and get butt raped.
Brockus, just throw chicken wings out your window.
Oh, if I throw chicken wings out my window, it's gonna be to try to kill the fucking dog. And again, I don't need to go to fucking jail. Anyway, speaking
I
of
don't
jail,
think you'll go to jail for just littering.
You don't know my neighbors. Anyways.
Antifreeze-covered chicken wings.
Bob!
We'll throw
Are
some
they,
chicken wings out for them, too.
Bob, you got a Florida man story? Something that involves the devil, preferably.
Actually, I do have a Florida man story that involves the devil.
Ooh.
He knew that. He lined it up. He saw the links beforehand.
But
Don't try and trick the
unfortunately,
audience.
it's not like a religious devil. It's just like one of the most fucked up things ever.
Oh, okay.
Now, I just think people need to... normally, I stay away from the fucked up stories, but this one is so bad people need to hear about it. Florida man sentenced to 27 years after turning patients into prostitutes.
What kind of patients? I'm not sure if I'm outraged yet.
Drug patients.
Oh, no, never mind. Fuck them.
Kenneth
Yes,
Kenny
they were
Chapman.
prostitutes already.
They were going to be hookers anyway.
Kenneth Kenny Chapman was a relatively small drug treatment provider despite the millions he raked in every year. But he was the most dangerous, U.S. Attorney Marie Villafana said Wednesday. And FBI agents never worked harder than the last few months of 2016 as they rushed to put Chapman behind bars. Our goal was to shut him down, get him off the street, she said. On Wednesday, in a packed courtroom divided by Chapman's family and Chapman's victims, Middlebrooks gave Chapman a 27-and-a-half-year sentence for crimes that Villafana said were never before seen in a federal court, turning his patients into prostitutes. Chapman, 46, can appeal the sentence, which would see him released at age 74. The sentence calls for him to register as a sex offender. He said nothing, even as angry parents berated him in front of Middlebrooks, and showed no emotion when the judge announced the sentence.
Is there like a contact link for this guy? I'd like to figure out how to turn my co-hosts into prostitutes.
It's not gonna happen. Fuck you.
Brooks, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the pretty ones.
Apparently, you get them addicted to drugs and kidnap them.
Oh, that's easy.
Leaf, I have some special sugar for you.
Hey, Leaf, Brockus' penis isn't in that box of popcorn.
What the fuck?
This man ran an addiction brothel, said Jerry Smith, whose son Schuyler went to Chapman's Reflections Treatment Center in Margate twice after Chapman lured him back from a treatment center in Louisiana. He's worse than a pedophile. Tina Picard, whose son Ryan...
be worse than a pedophile.
Tina Picard, whose son Ryan overdosed and died in one of Chapman's sober homes in 2014, trembled with grief and rage as she stood just feet away from Chapman. She recalled when she turned to Chapman for answers after her son's death, and he replied, "Ryan who? You destroyed my life," she said. "Do you remember my son now?" Picard then turned to Chapman's distraught wife, Laura, who was sentenced to 3 years in prison for pretending on paperwork to be the real owner of her husband's facilities because Chapman was a felon. He couldn't open a treatment center in his own name. "You're just as bad as your husband," Picard said, as Laura looked back, red-eyed, shaking her head no. Laura Chapman, 44, a mother of four, spent most of her hearing with her hand covering her face. She repeatedly apologized before Middlebrooks. "I can't even imagine what the families are going through, and I'm so sorry. I'm truly sorry for your losses." We're about to get to what the families were going through.
I have like almost no boner right now.
Laura Chapman's lawyers described her as an unwilling accomplice in her husband's house of horrors. Kenny Chapman admitted to keeping some of his female patients locked up in a Magnolia Park home and pimping them out on various websites. He withheld other patients' medications and food stamps to control them, and he allowed anyone to do drugs in his sober homes as long as he could keep billing their insurance. One woman told Middlebrooks that Chapman kept her shackled in a home where during 4 weeks in 2015, more than 100 men paid him to rape her. She was just 19. "I recall close to 150 in total. Different faces of rapists abusing me daily over a period of 3 to 4 weeks," the woman said in court. "I was unrestrained for brief periods, only to be cleaned up of bodily fluids. I thought I was going to die there." She said she escaped wearing only a t-shirt and went to police. Afterward, Chapman found her and forced her to sign a statement recanting the allegations, she said. FBI agents later found the statement in Chapman's office safe. Villafana, seated next to lead FBI agent Bill Stewart, said Wednesday that Chapman was pimping women out to fetish customers. When the women resisted, he would tell them, "Who are you to say no?" Villafana said. She also said that Chapman was having sex with his patients, bragging that he could sleep with any one of them for $50. When they got pregnant, he forced them to get abortions. "The amount of suffering is unprecedented," Villafana said. "There is no one quite like Mr. Chapman." Chapman's lawyer, Sam Zangrene, argued that his client was a victim of South Florida's largely corrupt drug treatment industry. He had no experience in drug treatment when he opened his first sober home in 2012, and he leaned on others for guidance. "He walked into an industry that is infected. He became another infected member," Zangrene said. I'm going to about wrap up this article because this is like sickening me. But
yeah, it's quite fucking disgusting, to be honest.
He had like 3 treatment centers. When he was questioned by police, he denied owning any sober homes, but he had like 3 of them, and he chained up patients and pimped them out on websites, and where people came in and paid him to rape them.
Monster.
Hey,
That's
Leaf.
wrong.
Leaf. Give us some levity. How's your sex life? Accurate. All right, go on.
That is remotely amusing.
Yeah. So yeah, that guy's the devil. So there you go. I did have a story about the devil.
Yeah, no, that guy was not a good guy.
No.
Understatement of the year.
He did some things that were less than nice.
It always makes me sad when I have to bring to light like an actual fucked up story like that. I tried to.
Yeah, you're not usually the one bringing serious stories, Rob.
Yeah, I try to avoid that, but sometimes, especially if it's like a crazy ass Florida man doing something especially heinous, that sometimes people got to know about the fucked up shit people do.
I'd go as far as to say that I'm almost not hard at all.
I don't know why you would say something like that.
Yeah, you nearly almost.
Well, I apologize about that. I got a story coming up next time that will give it back. It's about
Excellent.
strippers.
Fight story.
Just a little teaser there.
All right. Well, Wren, let's get some of that cringe that you decided to bring to the table.
Yeah, anything that doesn't involve forced prostitution.
And how about a zoo accused of painting donkeys to look like zebras?
Oh God, that one. Yes.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know
yes.
what the fucking. I saw that one in the fucking chat, and I'm just like,
That made me laugh.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I feel amazing about that.
Officials at an Egyptian zoo are denying allegations that 2 zebras on display are in fact donkeys painted with black and white stripes. I'm not going to try to pronounce this person's name. Snap photos at the International Garden Municipal Park in Cairo after he noticed 2 zebras on display appeared to be donkeys painted like zebras. The photos went viral, showing the animal stripes appeared to be smudged. A veterinarian who's analyzed the photos said the coloring of the faces do not align with the normal zebra's appearance, and their stripes do not appear to be consistent. The zoo's director said that none of the animals in the facility are fraudulent. This is the first zoo to come under fire. A Chinese zoo came under fire in 2013 when a sharp-eyed visitor noticed an animal labeled as a lion was in fact an especially fluffy dog.
You are fucking kidding me.
What?
Yeah. Apparently, the Tibetan Mastiff was a temporary replacement for the real lion, which was away at a breeding facility.
They swapped him out with the dog.
Yes.
Why not just put up a sign that says, sorry, our lion's out making little baby lions. We'll bring him back soon.
Nope, put the
That would
Mastiff
give it
there.
away. Fucker started barking.
I don't even know what to say. Lazy, but at the same time, okay.
How do you fuck up painting stripes? They're stripes.
You don't do it right? I don't fucking know.
That shit makes my head hurt.
They could have just gone to like a big girl store and took all their zebra print clothing and just, slapped them onto the donkey.
Apparently, the facial features were wrong, and the stripes were inconsistent and smudged, and that's what gave it away.
They fucked up the paint job.
Imagine that. Something that's a completely different species didn't match.
Moments like this make me wonder, what were you smoking to make you think you could get away with this?
It sounds like a fucking high school prank.
Brockus, the guy who fucked your ex says, they found out you owned a zoo in Egypt, man. Ron.
What?
I think he's implying that you're the guy who painted the donkeys.
I don't paint donkeys. I play World of Warcraft.
Is that like a typical Brockus stereotype?
Okay.
No, I don't know.
I want to ask everybody else.
He's a fucking donkey painter.
What is a bigger waste of time, playing World of Warcraft or painting donkeys like zebras?
I would rather paint. No. You can make a lot more money off of zebra-looking donkeys than you can off of World of Warcraft.
No, you will get laughed off the face of the planet for painting fucking donkeys to look like zebras.
Dude, they had multiple people pay and come in to look at those fucking zebras.
And they were probably demanding their fucking money back when they were like, we came here to see zebras? Why the fuck are
they're in
donkeys?
Egypt, so in some foreign language, they said, fuck off.
Okay, you know what? That is true.
Yeah, I assume like Arabic or something.
It's one of their big... Well, in Egypt, they speak many languages, so it's Arabic is definitely one of the languages they do speak.
But definitely a non-English language. Probably.
Maybe.
I really know nothing about Egypt. They have pyramids. I know that.
Oh.
A lot of them are dark, I think.
That's all you know. Egypt, they got dark people and they don't speak English, and there's triangles in the ground.
Yeah, and I think maybe they have like a casino somewhere.
Brockus, someone in chat may be lying, but someone in chat saying they get paid $500 a month to play WoW. What are you doing wrong?
Rhino, let's switch jobs.
I'm not elite, and I basically don't have any kind of WoW connections to actually make that kind of money.
See, I have to do actual work for my job.
I mean, if I was given money to legitimately grind on somebody else's fucking character to get them to max level, I'd probably do it because I'm fairly good at grinding and shit.
Oh, he says, or at least
that's what he says while not having a girlfriend.
To keep myself entertained. So he's just saying that playing WoW occupies his time, so he doesn't go spending money at other places.
He saves $500 because of World of Warcraft.
Oh, well, I actually kind of do the same thing.
But yeah.
Brockus, that's also why you save on the time you could be having sex.
Dude, seriously? Get off that subject. It is a very annoying, I have to keep
I
don't care!
I wouldn't bring it up so much if it wasn't annoying you, Brockus.
No, it's not that. It's
the
fucking
epitome of friendship.
I am his best friend. It's the weirdest thing.
Oh, that's so sad.
Really is.
See, Brockus?
Yeah, I see that you're still a dick. That's pretty much what I see.
I love you, buddy.
I doubt that so much.
Can we have smooches, Brockus?
Ow! Don't kiss me, you faggot. I don't know what you're doing over there, but it sounds like you're trying to.
I'm making smooching sounds, Brockus.
Sounds like
I'm kissing you.
Smooches, brother.
It's really weird. It's really gay sounding too. Speaking of gay,
both giving you smooches.
Speaking of gay, Ishtar. I think you had one more topic that kind of sounded gay, but actually isn't.
Well, I don't know how underwater volcanoes it is all gay, but
Think about it. Think about it.
Before you go on, Facus says, if you are friends, have you touched peepees? Yes, yes, many times. Go on.
NASA is using an underwater volcano to learn how to find alien life in outer space. 35 kilometers south of the Hawaiian coast, there's an active underwater volcano called Loihi, and scientists at NASA intend on exploring it to find out whether or not there may be life on Saturn or Jupiter's moons. Saturn's moon Enceladus and Jupiter's moon Europa are considered the likeliest candidates for harboring extraterrestrial life in our solar system, namely as both are home to hidden oceans below thick layers of ice. These oceans contain hydrothermal springs. This is a part of the reason NASA is looking at underwater volcanoes like Loihi. The volcano produces similar types of eruptions to the springs on the moon. Normally, it's photosynthesis, the process by which plants obtain energy from the sun, which is considered the first step in creating life. However, hydrothermal sources also have the potential to begin life. This is where chemosynthesis comes in. The underwater springs contain molecular hydrogen. One possible explanation for the presence of this gas is the hydrothermal reaction that takes place between the hot rock and the ocean's water, as the ice of the moons contains hydrogen, CO2, and organic material. Because of the similarities between the Hawaiian volcano and the moon's springs, scientists are now investigating the volcano's activities, according to a NASA press release. Previously, research was focused more heavily on deeper underwater volcanoes that lie on the edges of tectonic plates. Loihi is only 975 meters below sea level and isn't on a tectonic plate, but has a special advantage for this very reason. The magma it releases into the water is not as hot as that of other volcanoes located on tectonic plates. It's closer in temperature to that of the springs on Jupiter's and Saturn's respective moons. The research project, Systemic Underwater Biogeochemical Science and Exploration Analog, SUBSEA, will collect data obtained by researchers and are then compared with previous studies. Whoever wrote this didn't do a very good job. I had to keep correcting grammar as I read.
Yeah, grammar is not all the time. But
Notice that
I'm a writer.
I'm a journalist. Learn English, you fuck.
Oh, okay. She's from Germany,
Mm.
so this may not be her first language.
You know what?
That's no excuse. If you're gonna write something in a language, learn that language.
Yeah, I don't
Have
want
somebody proofread it.
Or yeah, have somebody fix it for you.
I think that's something that journalism is in desperate need of, is somebody to actually proofread and fucking fix the goddamn article.
I mean, I'm fucking Canadian. I speak French to a degree. I ain't gonna go and write something in French because I can't write it like I actually speak the fucking language. If you can't speak English right, don't write in English.
It was probably translated, which is why some of the words aren't right.
Oh yeah, if it's just a like direct translation type thing, you can't really blame the writer. Yeah,
Plus, this was from like Business Insider, so it wasn't like a science journal.
no, if it's from Business Insider, at least had editors looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
So there shouldn't be gigantic grammatical errors. American Phoenix says, "Oh shit, Schmeckle confirmed he's from Quebec. I am most certainly not from Quebec. Just everyone in this country knows a little bit of French."
Kind of like
God,
everybody in
your
this country
country's
is
a
supposed
mess.
to learn a little bit of Spanish.
Oh yeah, well, we have mandatory French from I think like grade 3 to 8 or something like that. 3 to 9 maybe. Because technically we're all supposed to be bilingual. The fact of it is most of us are very, very much not. A lot of us are not entirely literate in English.
Schmeckle, I'm amazed that you're literate in any language.
I am actually literate in both. I can't speak either.
You poor sad monkey.
I mean, I started with I'm from Canada. I think that should have jumped you to the sad part right away.
It absolutely did, man. It just
Well,
every time you remind me of that, I respect you a little less.
Will Honorist says he's literate and drunk. I actually am. There was one particular tweet that Lacey from Very Nearly Viral sent Roy, and he couldn't decipher it. And I was like, man, he just had his fingers shifted to the side. And I decoded it. I am proficient in drunk.
Okay.
Brockus?
What?
Where's your story for the night?
Oh, I read my story. That was the one that Leaf had given me. You know, the gulag.
You only brought one, and it wasn't even one that you brought.
Yeah.
Brockus's job is not to bring articles unless
Brockus, your job is not to be me.
Why work
His
for
job
free when you
is
can
to
delegate
rate.
other people to do the work for free for you?
Fair enough. I actually don't care if you guys delegate it, as long as I get the money in the end.
See, and you've gotten a bit of money tonight, so you shush.
Also, Rhino says, speaking of money, did my Streamlabs go through? Brockus, take a look at that. At the Streamlabs, not the chat. I already read it out. You don't need to look at the chat.
No, obviously, I rarely look at the chat.
I need to be careful with you. I need to give you specific instructions.
Oh god damn.
Brockus, our other channel got hacked. Whose fault was that?
Shush. Rhino, for $20, here's some money
shit.
so Brockus can get more vape juice.
Rhino, I'm not giving that money to Brockus.
It's sad, but I expect these things.
Oh, there's two people just got pwned on that transaction. Schmeckle walks away laughing.
Yep.
No, man.
Do we have any more articles?
I have one more, which is in the title.
I have another.
Okay, we'll go with Wren's and then finish it off with Rob's, because apparently Rob has an actual funny one and not, oh my god, why is this?
Yeah, nothing more about forced
No.
sex slavery.
No more prostitutes, just strippers.
Oh, I like those.
All right. Terrified passengers jump for cover as a serpent slithers through an airport departure lounge.
Oh, snakes on a plane.
Snakes on the plane. Terrified passengers panic after a black rat was spotted slithering through the airport waiting area. The serpent was seen snaking its way across the main departure lounge of the airport terminal as passengers basically jumped for their seats and probably did the Wilhelm scream, or as girly as a scream as they could probably get. Footage shows one member of the airport security staff using a long pole to pin the snake down before another stuffs it inside a plastic bag. The snake was then released into the wild bushes near the airport, but outside of it. Here. There are pictures.
They had some.
Snakes on a plane. Oh, look at it go!
That was the snake.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm not particularly afraid of snakes, but if one snuck up on me and it looked like that, I might shit myself.
There.
That is a big snake. Like not like big as.
Did you leave your bag unattended?
Yeah, but bigger than I see.
It's like, yeah, fucking I ran from that goddamn snake.
Ma'am, you forgot your bag.
There are
That snake
bombs
owns the
in
bag
all
now.
of those bags now.
This actually reminds me, one time we had like a snake that was probably about that size. It was just like a garter snake or something. But it was crawling around my car and it was directly behind the tire. So I started my car and put it in reverse and just backed it up a little. Snakes scream when they get run over.
That is fucking metal.
Yeah, they make like a weird hissing, screaming sound. I think snakes might have feelings. Don't run over them.
They have evil feelings.
Oh yeah, no, they're bad guys. Run over them. The snakes are part of ISIS. Why do you think ISIS has 2 fucking S's in it?
I know.
To make it easy to say for the fucking snakes.
That H is silent. It's ice hiss.
Exactly. Don't trust Muslims or snakes. You heard it here.
Yep.
The same thing.
I'm gonna take it to that level.
Rob said it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of
Yeah, snakes are part of Australia. Yet another reason not to go to Australia.
Yeah, no, never go to Australia.
there are snakes on every, well, okay, not every continent, but there are snakes on most of the continents. Although, wait, have they ever discovered if there's like some kind of a creepy ice snake in Antarctica?
Speaking of snakes and Muslims and things I wouldn't want to fuck, how's your mom doing, Brockus?
What the fuck, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
think
that
they
was
have
a lie. I definitely fuck your mom.
I think Antarctica has eels, which are like...
Those are water snakes.
Yeah, they're just as bad.
I don't want to really call them that. Anyways, Rob, let's get your last story.
Okay, I have a Florida woman arrested twice in one day. One arrest was for attacking coworkers with a hair straightener.
Okay.
A drunken stripper threatened 2 of her coworkers with a flat iron on Thursday evening while at the VIP Gentlemen's Club, 1221 Duval Street, police say. She swung an electric hair straightener in their faces. Ashley Barrett, 26, of Sunrise, approached the 2 women at 5:30 p.m. while one was sleeping, police say. Now that's what I don't understand. Were they in a car? Was she sleeping in a car, or was she just like sleeping out in public somewhere? Like where was she sleeping? That's what I was curious about.
It's best not to ask these questions because you might not want the answer.
That's a very good point, Brockus. Thank you for that. Thank you for that reminder. We're going to play an evil game, Barrett told one stripper while putting the flat iron in her face. I'm going to get you when you least expect it. Police did not say whether the flat iron was hot or cold. Barrett was arrested on two counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon without intent to kill and taken to the Stock Island Detention Center. This is the second time that day she was taken into custody. The first time was for drunkenly waving a knife at her coworkers while walking home to from the club where they live, according to reports. At about 3:30 a.m., someone at the VIP club was contacted by an employee of the Bottle Cap Lounge who said Barrett was handing out VIP cards, not allowed under Key West City Code, at the bar, and offering herself up for sex, according to an incident report. 3 VIP employees went to collect Barrett, and while walking back through an alley, Barrett became hysterical and waved a knife. She was taken into custody by police under the Marchman Act, which is for detaining people who are under the influence of drugs and alcohol and need help. One stripper told police Barrett acts completely different while drinking alcohol. And that is all I have. She probably would have used a knife later that day if the police hadn't taken it from her.
Okay. I believe that actually covers all the stories.
Yeah.
Crazy stripper. I do have one more quick story, real quick, if you want.
We got a little bit of time to kill.
Anybody remember the guy from the hurricane in Florida last year that was standing in the street holding an American flag in his underwear?
Yes,
Headbanging?
yes, I remember that guy.
Traveled to North Carolina so he could do it to this hurricane too, and he's been all over the news again.
Fuck yes, that man is a fucking hero. He is a national treasure.
He is suicidal.
He may be suicidal, but this man knows exactly what he wants, and he clearly wants to be the Storm Viking metalhead.
His name is Lee Pittman.
I don't give a fuck what his name is. I just gave him a new nickname.
When I saw it on the news again, I go, "This is an old story. This already fucking happened." But in the other video, like in the older video, he's facing the other direction and shit. And I was like, I just dug a little deeper, and I was like, "Holy fuck, it's the same guy!" And he lives in Florida, but he went to South Carolina so he could headbang with the American flag in his underwear in this hurricane.
Did you see the clip of the I think it was the Weather Channel, the Weather Network, something like that.
Yeah, the guy bracing against the wind
as people calmly walk in the background.
That's good stuff.
Motherfucker's acting like he's getting blown over. Meanwhile, there's two guys in the background just calmly walking by.
In flip-flops and shorts and shit. This guy's got like his parka on with his hood up all tightened around his face.
Hey, he's sitting there like acting like he's fucking struggling against the fucking wind.
Like he's gonna get blown over if he stands up straight.
He's literally like taking like slow steps forward, like the wind is like knocking him back, and then two guys walk into frame and just kind of walk past.
The fucking news, man.
At this point, we are more legitimate than the other CNN and the Weather Network. Apparently, it's going to be 12 degrees in Florida tomorrow.
We just read off the facts.
There will be clouds, a little bit of rain, and one of you will have your dog die.
Please let it be my neighbor. Dog. Please let it be my neighbor.
I'm hoping it's your neighbor.
Yeah.
Brockus, I will mail you the gun to kill it.
That's a bad idea because they will confiscate that.
Yeah, you really, really can't mail guns, especially not across borders.
Well, yeah. They'll see it and they'll be like, "Oh no," and then they will question why I'm getting a fucking gun mailed to me. And
I'm
then
not
gonna
going
have
to
to tell
send it
them.
from my address either, and I'm going to use a fake name, so it's going to be all on you.
Oh, then you gotta do.
I'm going to send you so many guns.
You have to. You just for me. You have to use an Italian name. That way, when they do come for me and ask, like, why are you getting?
I'm just going to mail it from Mafia Guy.
Oh God, they're gonna know it's fake at that point. You jackass.
It's a real gun.
No, I mean they're gonna know that it's a fake story from Mafia Guy. Who the fuck says I'm Mafia Guy?
I am Mafia Guy. That's my Italian name. In Italian, it translates to guy who is in the mafia.
Just so you know.
No, I'm gonna send it to you from fucking Jimmy Hoffa. Confuse everybody.
That's gonna be really weird. Not even gonna hide that one. That's actually gonna be really, really fucking weird.
Yeah, it's gonna raise a whole bunch of questions. You're going to jail, Brockus. I'm gonna attach a note to it that says, "You were the one that killed me."
What? No.
I'm buried under Yankee Stadium. Brockus did it.
I'm not gonna rat him out.
Yeah, Rob's on my side, Brockus. You're fucked. I got Rob on my team.
Oh, good for you.
Rob, you may want to reconsider your team.
No, I'm not gonna rat Brockus out.
But he killed Jimmy Hoffa.
No, you killed Jimmy Hoffa.
I did not. You have no proof of that.
I can see it in your eyes. In your avatar's eyes. They're
bloodshot.
To be fair, Jimmy did give me.
It's the glowing one that gave you away.
This is starting to get a little interrogatory.
Brockus never even met Jimmy Hoffa.
Brockus. Bro, he knows. It's Jimmy Hoffa's kid.
Well, I hear Jimmy Hoffa was a deadbeat dad, so my theory is...
He was. Brockus ain't seen him in years.
However,
I made myself sad talking about Brockus' dad.
You cooked his books, didn't you, Schmeckle?
I didn't just cook his books. I put him in a... I didn't know Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Brockus, where's Jimmy?
I don't fucking know.
Brockus.
Jimmy Brockus.
Do you have any more articles?
No, I don't have any actually. Any more articles actually.
Yeah, Brockus is like me. He doesn't do shit. He just makes you guys do it.
Brockus does shit. His job is to rage and to react. Our job is to make his head hurt. It's how it works out really well.
My head actually does hurt because of some of these stories. I think the devil one made me go, oh.
No, that one.
Too easy.
That one actually bothered me. I felt actual anger toward that guy. That was a bad story.
Wrong devil story.
It definitely fit with the devil.
Yeah, but I was specifically talking about Ishtar's devil letter.
Oh, no, I was talking about the prostitute guy.
Yeah, the prostitute guy makes me want to go and fucking find, these types of people and make sure they are unalive.
Yeah, I can't disagree.
Maybe we should end the stream so we can all go get drinks and seriously consider whether or not we can get away with it.
I would love to get drinks. Unfortunately, I still am broke. Very fucking broke and beerless. I have been beerless for far too long.
That is a terrible
by the way, cunts, I stopped paying Brockus because we got hacked and we don't make money no more. If you donate to the Streamlabs, I promise to
continue not paying Brockus.
Rob knew exactly where I was going.
So much hatred for it.
I pledge to you, our fans, my viewers, that I will continue not paying this man. for as long as I can get away with it.
In fact, the more you give me, the less I'll give him. If you give me $1,000, I'll actually take money from him.
What?
Don't worry, Brockus. I'm just doing business stuff.
Yeah, I'm making a deal with somebody in the chat. This doesn't concern you, Brock.
The ladies will sit down while the men are speaking, Brockus.
All right.
Oh, we have
Brockus.
ladies here. That was a bad thing to say.
Brockus, you need to end the stream so I can beat Schmeckel's head in.
I'm actually the guy with the button.
Yeah, he's the one with the button this time.
Schmeckel, you need to end the stream so I can beat your head in for that comment.
All right, guys. Ishtar is gonna beat my head in. I'm hoping that's like some type of sexual innuendo, like maybe like a rough hand job or something.
It is not. She wants revenge.
I'm gonna pretend it's a sex thing. Even
Whatever
as I'm
makes
getting
you happy
beaten.
as I smash your skull into little bits, Schmeckel.
I'll still have a halfie, at least.
Anyway,
Anyway, we're gonna shut the fuck down, cunts. This was the Cunt News Network. We had your fucking anchor, Brockus. We had Ishtar, Rob, Wren, all your fucking favorites from the constant stream. Also me. We're gonna shut the fuck down, cunts. Clean your cocks, clean your cunts. If you ever get the chance to have sex with Brockus's mother, primo pussy.
Don't make